All right, welcome back to another stream where you're gonna watch me design, do a little bit of web designing. All right, we have started this website, and the intention is to finish it here on stream. So we've gotten quite far on our website. This is what we've created so far. Anything past that point is still our template. So yeah, we've gotten far. Again, if you haven't seen the streams before, there's 2 streams before. We are using WordPress to create this website. All right, so it's a WordPress website. Our theme is from @themes. It's the Sydney Pro theme, and we are using Hostinger as our server. So it's kind of how we built up. We kind of that's kind of the layer, right? It's kind of the layer. But again, we were just kind of replicating a website that I found. A Mexican restaurant. We're replicating their website, and seeing how well a theme builder or a theme, or what's the potential we could get out of what the potential is, what we can get out of a theme, right? A lot of times we might think that when we buy the theme, it has to look the same way as you purchase it, and it's not the truth. It's certainly not true. When you do buy a theme, you can change them up if they're good as this theme. I don't know anything about any other theme, but I can tell you about this theme because I've owned it for many years. I've owned license for using this theme, and it's honestly provided me the opportunity to make many websites, including my own. And surprised I haven't shown you my own website. But this is the same Sydney Pro theme, and this is my professional website that I use to offer my service. I mean, it's pretty clean. This website did take me a long while to do, though. It took me a while, and it's mainly because I just I slacked off for a long time before I actually did my website. This website took me about, I would say this website took me about 2 years to really put out. I designed it in Figma, and again we've been using Figma as well. So I designed my website in Figma, and it was there for many years, many years sitting. This is what we had before. No, that's not it. This is my website. So as you can see, we did a design. I didn't think I did a low level design, but I did a high level design of my website. And yeah, I mean, it's here. So this is the good thing, though. I'll tell you again, once you get into designing websites, you kind of think about the different processes, and a good starting point is Figma. If you don't know Figma and you design, I would recommend getting familiar with it. I can't tell you that I'm like the best at it, but I can use Figma somewhat decent for what I need it for, right? There was a point where I was doing like design for because even this one now we're doing for a church, and their website is pretty massive, so I kind of thought it was great to go through this process with them as well. Anything that's really massive, I'll do that. If it's a small website that somebody wants a quick build, then I don't really kill myself up too much. Sometimes I'll just give you even the template, right? If the template works for you, then take the template and then move on. You're good. But some people, the template won't work for them. They want more tailored website, so you give them a more tailored service. But anyways, gonna spend about an hour here, and pretty much I'm just gonna continue with where I left off. There is a section that I missed, which is this section. We're just going to add that. We already have this section. We're going to be duplicating this section to get this section. We're going to be duplicating this section to get this section, duplicate another section to get this. It's a bunch of duplicates that's going to happen. I really don't need to like recreate the wheel. It's pointless. It's pointless. All right, so let's do this section, and then from here I'm gonna find some pictures of Mexican drinks. I don't know if these are Mexican drinks. They look like just regular drinks, right? Cocktails. So yeah, let's get this section here in. And again, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you think that I did something the way how you wouldn't do it, because honestly, I don't think there's any right or wrong way to design. Maybe like if you're doing a code, it's probably a right or a wrong way to do codes. But I think in the end, if you're designing and your result is what the final product should be, then I think that says that you did the job correctly. Right? Now, if your final product come out completely different, then you didn't do it right? So with design, to me, I think design is heavily weighed upon. Like the most important part in the design is to ensure that the design comes out the way it should. Very important. What's expected. So once people get what is expected, then I think it's fine. When it comes to structures though, like anything structural, you got to make sure that those things are done per codes. You know, like there are codes that govern and laws that govern structural things, you know, things that will break. That's why I would say even for coding, you want to follow certain best practices to get those done correctly. I mean, the worst you want to do is go ahead and design something and those specs are off, you know, poor calculation to force that are acting upon the structure, and then that whole thing falls apart, right? But this is not that case. We can look at it and we say aesthetically it looks good. Now, the things that we have to focus on when it comes to design, after designing, is to ensure that everything is functional on this. So we have to make sure that it's functional on each platform, which is your desktop or your PC or a laptop, whatever you want to call it, or whatever you're using, your tablet, and also your cell phone, right? Your mobile device. And you have to make sure that everything's plugged in, everything's functional. Websites are like little softwares, you know? Not little actually, because they're massive. There's a lot of things that are building up in the background that make this possible. And you have to kind of fine tune the background in order for this part to be functional. So even though it's WordPress and a lot of it is like just clicking and adding plugins and, you know, changing functions, a lot of it just has to sync for it to work right. All right, let me duplicate this. I think I can duplicate this section here. And so for this one, we're gonna actually no. Let's get rid of this. What I will do is add another one. I think we're using the flex boxes. The flex box seem like they work out a little bit better. And what I'm gonna do is collapse that and just pull it down over here. I can't be bothered to try to pull it down over that side. And what we'll do here is add what I should have added though, whenever you press the plus, it gives you all of these options. That's what we needed to figure out. So we could probably add a container in this, and then I'm going to give this container a background image. We should have the image here or somewhere on my computer. I don't think I uploaded it yet. Let me go look for it because I don't remember what it's called. I know it's one of the food platters that I downloaded. Just need to find it. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm just hoping I didn't delete it. Because I deleted a bunch of images for just no particular reason the other day. Just got upset and got rid of them. Didn't want all that clutter. Mike Up Joe, welcome to the ends. Website journey continues. Website journey continues. We have to finish this website. And again, this website is not going to be functional. I'm not trying to work on functionality yet. Because functionality takes, like, I think how I'm going to break it up is I'm going to show you the website, how a landing page would look. And then we're gonna break it out because there is a store that's built into this website, because I believe you can order direct. I think you order directly off of their website. Yeah, because you look at there, I don't see a DoorDash link. What if I added that? Add to cart. Yeah, so they have a whole store on their restaurant website. And then we're gonna, so because I'm kind of glad I picked this one too, because we're gonna walk through how we set up a store. So once this is done, then we're gonna, make this into an actual storefront. And I'll create a storefront out of one of these. I think, actually we don't even have to do that. Let's just do the front page, and then I'll create a storefront and link them to these. Even to the menu button. One menu button will take you to the store. And I say store, it might sound weird saying store, it's a restaurant, right? But it's like, how I look at it is, as long as you're shopping, it's a store. Right? No, it's not true. But we gotta, why I say storefront is like, you're selling whatever you're selling, right? Could be food, could be an item, could be a service. It's still a store. In this case they're selling food. All right, so where was I? We need to find that image that I had downloaded. And I'm mad too, because I don't even remember. I don't even remember which one I selected. I feel like it was something very colorful though, because I was digging the colors that's Adobe stock. We could use this. Or even this. I think this might have been what we downloaded. Alright. So I'm gonna see if I can shrink it down a bit. As a matter of fact, move it to the right folder so I don't delete it again. And we're gonna open that and shrink that down a bit. Anyways, my cup of Joe, how are things with you? We are closer to Friday, I would say, so that's a plus. And this weekend looks promising. Doesn't look like there's any rain. I mean, obviously it's not going to rain now because it's not a holiday weekend. Why would it rain? Why would it rain when it's not a holiday? That's just what happens. All right, so let me go here. You said rain for us this weekend? Where? Hopefully you're not on this side. You don't have to put where you're from here. But let me check my thing. I don't know if we have any rain in the No rain in our forecast at all. Actually, we have, and I'm on the north side of New York actually. There's no rain, so I'll take it. I'll take a no rain weekend. That's been a while. It's those weekends when you, like last week would have been nice because you would have probably gone out on the Sunday. Lucky me, yeah. Thank God. So I would have gone out like this weekend. I would have gone somewhere maybe on Sunday. with the fam, maybe, and then just chill on the Monday, but it just never worked out. I know usually my family in Yonkers have like a cookout, but I didn't hear anything from them this year. All right, so we're gonna drop that in. We're gonna add some radius to this as well. Some radius, if we can. Borders, radius 30. We work with that 30 radius. That 30 is just nice. That 30 is just nice. That 30 is just nice. And I usually go with 750 here. I think that's good enough. And the width is been restricted again by this, so we have to make sure that this is 100%. There we go, nice. And I can add some paddings to this, so let's go and add a 50 and 50. All right, so it just no, this is left, not left. 0, we need it at the bottom. 50 might be a little too small, but I don't know. Actually, I don't think it matters because it's going to be the same color as this. They're all kind of the same color. That's the only thing I don't like about this. They're not colorful. They kept it. They could have been a little bit more colorful with this website. There's a lot of this one black, you know, all over all over the place. It got stuck with the black. We just want to make sure that our spacing looks tidy. So it's like this is too close to this, in my opinion. This could be a little bit more further, but what does theirs look like? Yeah, it's fine. I guess we're gonna, if we're mimicking their thing, then we just leave it there. All right, so and this picture can be fixed. We can center this picture here in this container. So we're gonna do center, make it look good. For the display size, we're gonna go cover, make it look good. Repeats, we're not gonna have any repeats, so no repeats. All right, I think that looks great. On their website though, it does have this little thing here, so we're gonna have to put in this. And that's why we chose this container, because then one, we're gonna do the container. So from the container, stream. Yeah. All right, cool. So from lost my change of thought. So from here we're gonna do sorry, so we have the container. We're gonna do, I would say, maybe another group, a group, but it's gonna probably be one. I don't know how that's gonna look. The one is gonna try to center itself, but if you notice, theirs is off to the left. We can position it over to the left by using certain things. So for example, if I were to add my grid, not group, grid is the word, and then we break our grid down to 1. I can leave it as 1. I can show you something. Let's just show you a trick. I don't have to do it like this, because I could easily have done like a 2 column and then put it over this side, but I want to show you with 1 column, right? There's more than one way to do this. So I'm gonna do it 1 column, so leave that there. And then in this group, or in this is it group? Yeah, I think it's group. Grid. In this grid, not group, grid, we're gonna add an image. Actually, no. no. So I may have to do, because I can't scale this. I can only scale the I hate when I do that and it doesn't want to undo. Jeez. Yeah. Right. You guys, they just ate and they're giving me more food. Huh? What are you giving me? I just ate. All right. I'm going to shrink this down maybe a little bit more. And, unfortunately, I don't know. There has to be a different thing other than the group and other than the Oh, you know what it is? I'm crazy. Look at this. I believe if you put a container in there, you can flex it. So if I put another container in there, I can flex it. Right? That I can flex. And I can even do the height. Okay? And so we're gonna make it this color. Look at this. The magic. All right. But what they did though, they they changed the opacity of this thing. Make it slightly transparent. All right. If you look at theirs, slightly transparent. Sitting over their food. We also want to do like a little radius on this as well. So we're gonna put the 30, the dirty 30, 30. We can position this two ways. You can go here because this is inside this container. And then I can say whatever the content that are in there should go to the center. Now, how do I move it over to the right a bit? Because we could move that over to the right. We have to do it where we add a margin, I believe, to this guy. We're gonna have to do like a left margin. Padding, I think, will shrink it. Margin, I know, will probably push it over. So we're doing a left margin of probably about 50. More than that. Look like about 100. No, more than that. Maybe 200. Let's look. Maybe about 150. 150. Alrighty. And then we can stretch it just a bit more too. I would say make it about. Let's see where it's. If we make this a little bit wider too. We just shrunk it. Make it a max. Make it a maximum width. All right, 100%. Leave it there. All right, good. And I think I made this 50. I made it the width of it. It's here too. We can control it here. So we just call it 50. No, I think 45 is good. All right, so what's inside of this thing now? What's inside? There's text inside, text and a button. So we have text and button right here. We're just gonna copy these out. So before you do anything with these buttons, I would say if you're gonna reuse buttons, just duplicate them first before you start adding links into them. Because if you look here, you can add links to these things, hyperlinks. You can take it off. You can add link where it take you off or not off of your website altogether. You can use links in it where it, once you click it, it goes to the bottom of the page. You know, because you can link on a page. So you can create like a single page website and you can link on different sections of those pages. Let's say this section is your about us, and when you click about us up there, you can link with that menu to a part of your page. Same thing with buttons, you can do the same thing with them. All right, but again, we'll get through a lot of lessons here. You'll learn a lot of things. I will learn a lot of things as well, not just you. Both of us. Now you see how this is trying to like, so this is trying to look what this thing will undo. I'm telling you, that's a little problematic though, that when you do it that way it won't undo. I don't know what's causing that, because there is an undo. There's undo on this. And let's duplicate the button as well. Duplicate and drag and drop. Now we want this to look nice like this, but again, it's less words anyway, so let's copy and paste this in our handy dandy Google Doc. All right. Here. So copy and paste. Paste this a place without format. Jeez, hiccups now because I just ate something. All right, and then let's go on. I almost thought for a second this was the website we are creating. Cancel. All right, so let's do this first, these paragraphs, and let's then do this header. All right, we need this to be moved over a bit, so we're gonna add some padding to that. Let's start with this. I think adding padding to both sides. We can try one side first, but we're gonna add paddings to it. All right, so we're gonna do, maybe we can start. Oh, that's top. Now we're not touching the top, we're touching left and right. I think maybe 50. Oh, actually, we're adding the padding in the container, and it's working the same way how if we were to add them individually. See? So 50-50, and then if we want this to be centered, we can always go here and tell it to center our content, right? We don't have to add any padding for that, unless we wanted it to be like a custom spot. But I think this looks delicious. That looks good. So this is that section. If you notice though, theirs is a little bit wider, so we can do a little bit more width on this here. Do a little bit more higher on our choking, man. Oh, that won't influence it actually. It's this that we have to do the minimum height on, so we can make it a little bit more bigger. Maybe maybe 800 works. We had it at 750. 800 looks good. All right, so we're done with that section. We did this section the last time, so what's left? Really just these. And again, we were supposed to get some drinks. I don't know, what kind of drinks are these? What kind of drinks are these? Are these cocktails, or are they any specific drink, like maybe a Mexican drink, I don't know, that are on these? What kind of drinks are these? They look kind of Mexican, or are they like, I don't know. We could look. It doesn't tell us the name. I could probably put cocktails. Cocktails. How do you spell cocktails? Cocktails. Yeah, we could just pull a couple of these cocktails. Ooh, this looks good. This looks delicious. Let's grab that one. You see what I mean about royalty free though? Like, just get them, man, get them. I would say though, like, if you're making money off of the thing, I would recommend kind of just showing some love though. Like, make sure you leave a donation. A donation, you know, a little donation doesn't hurt. You could get this one. This one is similar to this, so I'll probably use it because, you know, these are like the zoomed up version. That's the same thing there. I could use, this is nice. Whoa, these are beautiful. Colorful, you see the different colors? A lot of syrup though. Imagine, that's very sweet. We want what, 3 or 2 images? How many images they got here? 3. Margaritas. Ooh, somebody knows their drinks. I don't know them. So margaritas. Margarita is it? It is. All right, margaritas. How do you spell margaritas? Now, hold on. Let me see if I see anything else I want. I got this one. This one is nice. This one is very bright. I like the background being a little bit more dark too. So margaritas, Rita. Yes, this one looks good already. See a little sugar around the rim? That looks good. Get that one. What else? Ooh, look at this guy. Wow, this is nice, but I don't like the fact that their hands are in it. I like that their hands are. These are very. This is the kind of drink that make you want to drink, but I don't like sweet drinks though. So I usually pass on anything that's sweet. I like things that are not nice, actually. I like, my drinks has to be like a Guinness. A Guinness is what I enjoy the most. They're not sweet? Really? They're full of rum then. What are they? More fruity, not sweet, with a lot of alcohol, or are they just fruity and a good balance of alcohol? What are they? I don't remember ever having a margarita. Just need one. Oh, look at that one. All right, so we have 3. We're going into Figma now. Figma, great Figma. And I'm gonna stick to these size frames. So let's dupe this. Let's dupe it out. Actually, we just duped the image. We didn't dupe the frame. How I know is because the frame has a name. The frame has a name. See, changed it up. And let's get rid of that image out of the frame. And we're gonna give the frames. We're gonna turn the frames into images. So let's grab the images that we just downloaded. I don't know which one is which one. We shall see once they're uploaded. Here we go. So right off the bat, it's doing a good thing with fitting it in there. I think we can leave it like that. We don't have to go crazy on this. Remember, this is not, you know, this. I think this looks good. So let's do another one. Let's change the image. All I'm doing is keeping my finger on Alt and pulling. That's how easy it is to duplicate anything in Figma. That looks good as well. Yes, I think it could be a little bit more upwards though. So let's adjust it. You can it's filling, so let's, what if we fit? No, fit does it, it'll show everything. So let's go back to fill. That's fine. We're not gonna go crazy. And our third image, tequilas. So you say they are not sweet, all right, but and spicy margarita. Oof, gimme. Oh, you love that. Love a spicy margarita. See, I don't know nothing about margarita. Whether they're spicy, gray, like I'm clueless. Tequila, not rum. Okay, so it's not rum. It's tequila that's in them. Okay, cool. Tequila isn't bad. I had tequila when I was young though. Way like college. I actually did like a little house party and we had tequila shot going now. A lot of people got messed up that night though. A lot of people got messed up that night because we were young and didn't understand tequila. As a matter of fact, messed up my throat. It was really harsh. Probably with the screaming and all of that too, because we were like raving a lot. We were enjoying ourselves, you know. Tequila shot. I remember that bottle of tequila. I don't know the name of it, but I remember how it tastes. Rough. Ooh, that's 3 glasses though. So you know what we're gonna do for this one? I want that red one. I want that red drink. I like to see it. So let's scale it up. See if we can get it in the center. You can cut the bottom off the glass off. I don't think that matters. No, I don't think it looks good like that. Let's show the 3. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Because it's not like it's linking them to a store item and you know. But this could all be the same kind of drink but different flavors. I don't know. Could be the case. All right, so we're gonna round these up as well here. We can round them up. We can technically round them up in. We can technically round them up in WordPress. But we can round them up here too. Why not? Round them up here. We already in here. We took the time to come to Figma. Get them rounded edges and everything sorted out in Figma. We're gonna do a little bit of Figma one day, though, you know. But I gotta remember how though. So yeah, you did say that they're more sour than sweet. That's another thing too. I'm not a big fan of sour. Can't. I think anything sour causes pain. It's like that facial expression, and it's just never really. There was this gum when I was a kid. This thing, they still have it, and they still have it. They still have this thing. I'm sure they still have them, but they're not as good. When I was growing up, this was my go-to if I wanted something sour. Let's do this. Let's see what they look like back then. That's not what they look like when we were growing up. Crybaby 90s. 1990s. Let's see what the packages look like back then. This guy right here. When you saw this is what I used to buy. Ooh, you see that? I don't know if we had this pack. We may have had this pack with all of them. But the Crybaby was crazy. They probably used real nasty stuff to make them. Yeah, they're good. These are like official OG candies. This has been around for years, and this is like as a matter of fact, I used to have this back when I was in Jamaica. They call it primary school. So like when we were primary school, I think is equal to, there's equivalent to, but we get out at 6th grade, so that's elementary year. But I used to like eat these up. Other than that though, I to eat anything sour is a waste. So like I would never do that to myself. Not anymore. It's a waste. It's another thing we call back home, they call it June plum. It's a fruit, really sour fruit. We would add salt to intensify it. It's sour on its own, but because that wasn't enough, we would go ahead and add salt. Made it intense. So I just duplicated this whole section, and then for this, we're just going to minimize it. We're going to delete everything that's in there, clearing it. Also, the images that we downloaded, I need to find them and extract them. So maybe call them drinks. And extract those. Extract. Delete. You should see your drinks up in a couple. Go here. Drinks. They're like, oh, they're small. So let me upload them. They're small images. So drinks, and then get all 3. All right. Drinks. Talking about drinks. So the older I got to, I started changing up how I drink, like, so I used to, when I just started drinking, I used to like Guinness. Then I went to tequila, and then from tequila, from Guinness, then vodka. Then in my later years, I did rum. Like later, maybe, I can't tell you my age though, but as I got closer to 30s, it was more like a rum, and then I stopped. And then now I started probably about a couple of years ago, I started having a drink again. Then I started having wine. Then wine was like the go-to. But the thing with wine though, wine makes you sleep. Wine makes you sleep. Wine makes me sleepy. So like wine is just like a calm kind of mindset. You're trying to chill. You're trying to chill. So they have 2 different things going on here. They have another picture of their restaurant. It could be 2 different sections. It could be 1. It all depends on how complicated I want to make this. I could try to put another container in there, but I would have to see where the container would position itself. Okay, I could get it down to the bottom here. And then here in this container, we have an image, but you know what? I don't want to do it that way. This is just a lot of work for what we need here, right? So one thing I will do is I'll bring this up, the height on this, right? We'll bring up the height on this, and we make this shorter. I think it only goes there, so that's what I always say. All right, it looks like it won't go below. Let's leave this at 950. It's fine. And then I'll just grab this section here, because this section is the closest looking section to this, and then just reverse it because they put the picture on the right. So we're gonna duplicate this, and then let me shrink this down so that all this is not opened up and causing a lot of things. See where this is. So this section is all the way here. It's container, not section. So container open, alright, cool. Which one did we say we're gonna grab? We duplicated one. Alright, we duplicated this one. Let me see if there was one that was closer. We duplicated this one, and I'm gonna move it down 2, I think. Right, let's leave it there. We'll see where it falls. Alright, it fell under there. It needs to go down 1. Yeah, because I don't want to. I could have added this in here, but it's too much. And honestly, right now, you see it's doing this. I'm gonna be lazy about it again. The only problem with this is that once used to love to cry. Yeah, but so I just read your message, right? Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, as I said, the crybaby it would make you cry. All right, so for this, honestly, let's get rid of any padding that's inside of it first. There's none. So I think this might be controlled by the minimum height. So we're gonna make it as low as we can make it here. So leave it at 450. And then honestly, because I want it to, we're gonna reverse the thing as well. There is a way how to do this. There is a way how to do it where you could reverse it. I don't know. I know it's a button. You can tell it to reverse the layout. But honestly, I'm never able to find it. But it's pretty simple though. We can drag and drop it. But there is a way how to reverse things here. I just can't remember how. Now it's causing a lot of problems. Because already, you see how it changed things up? That's what I mean. You can't undo. It's undoing, but it's not really undoing. It's pretty problematic. Like, why don't you want to go where I want to put you? There. That's where I want to put you. And that one didn't even go in the right. Jeez, because it's nothing scary, but it can be problematic. All right, so we just need to add a picture of their restaurant again, and I'm gonna just snip this out and use it. You get the gist. It's becoming a little bit repetitive, but because I'm kind of dedicated to completing this, no, because I would have just stopped. There isn't anything else that I could show you. There is a part that I want to get into. It's the frequently asked, the FAQ, frequently asked questions section. There is that part that I can do, because there's actually a frequently asked question thing in Elementor that I could show you guys as well. But how long over you? We have 19 minutes left. Oh, I thought it was less than that. So go back to Figma. We're gonna pull this back in. Screenshot. Here we go. We're gonna pull this in now. All right, and then we're gonna. I'm gonna create a frame around this. Different size frame though. So let's do a new frame, and let's pull it in as close as I can. You already picked the edge of the damn thing. But what I'll do is I'll scale this up a little bit. Control. Oh no, I'm scaling the wrong thing. Come on, guys. Come on now. It wants to rotate. There we go. That's exactly the function that I wanted. You guys are holding out on me. Holding out on me. All right, that looks good. And then work with the dirty 30. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and download this. And let's replace this image here with that. Moving it into the right folder. Where did it disappear to? Okay, so let's select that, put that there. The picture is a little bigger though, and we can try to scale this, but I don't even know if it's that important. So next thing I need to do is to just grab the word in here, and what I may do afterwards, I'll skip this section because that section is repetitive. That was repetitive. I don't like this here. We might go to this, see if we can do like this is like rating them. I don't know what these are icons. This is similar section, and then we might do this. We might end it at the join. I don't know why they put their join so far. I hope this is somewhere else. Because then why would you not put the rewards? See, it's not even in their thing. See how they set up these websites. They don't think about, like, this is a long page, right? You got to think about how many customers you'll lose maybe at this point if they get this far. But then if they get all the way down here, it's a good. It means that they really got tied up because they probably just want to order food, right? So I think that if you're gonna put like the rewards program, put it up top or put it in here. And then you put your frequently asked questions all the way to the bottom. Like you really don't want him to ask any questions either. It's just like principles. Like think about how you would feel if you went into or like you were talking to a agent, or you went into a store, and what would you want to see first? You know, like if I stepped into their restaurant, I would want to see the same thing, showing me rewards, and now I can join, and you know what the rewards is about and stuff like that. You know, you got to think about that same thing when you're doing your website. All right, so what did we say we're gonna do with this picture? We could try to change the size of it. This right now it's probably at the biggest. Yeah, it won't change like this. But there is, I know there is something that's restraining it though. And if I wanted it bigger, I could do it like so. You know, that's one way of making it bigger. But then, you know, this annoying thing likes to go crazy. So now I gotta go here and then see where that is. Oh, there. It's right here. It's not even there. Hold on. It's because it won't stay. It won't stick. Look at it. See, it won't stick. It won't stick. I forgot where that function is. It's somewhere here on the page. I can't see it now. Tired. Flex box. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. At least it let me undo it. At least let me undo it. So here, I don't know. We could look like if we change. No, that won't work. That won't work as well. Yeah. I was gonna see how well I could scale it, but honestly, it's really here. All right, let's mess with this. It's this actually. And then did I take everything from it? I did, right? No, I didn't. Copy, paste in the document. Yeah, I think that I can end this particular thing here, because I think that most of what I'm looking at this point is very repetitive, and I don't think you'll be learning anything unless you just want me to create the website as we see it, which I could. But I feel like I want you to see different. I guess I could just finish it. Okay. There. Again, I'm just with this AI dash again. All right. See, the testimonials are here, but they don't have the thing. But there is a testimonial thing here. That the testimonial, it will give like the rate, like people can leave their ratings of your restaurants. It's here. It's this one. It's locked actually. Probably have to try that one. So what's next? This area, I think we have something similar to that too. So you see, they're kind of repeating. Let me see what I look like. I really don't want to go through and repeat. I think the only thing I'll do from here, visit us today, this should be at the top. Their hours could even be up here as well. Let's see if we can do a testimonial section and then just the frequently asked and maybe the map. What time is it? Oh, well, actually, I'm probably out of time too. I don't want to stay longer than my time. Yeah, we're out of time. Jeez. All right. So seeing that we're out of time, I'm not gonna push it. I think we kind of did a lot for today as well. Let's publish that too, so it saves. And this is what we look like. This is what I look like. This is what my website looks like to theirs. There's a lot of things that I would, not a lot of things, but there are things that I would change about this website. I don't think anything's wrong with the appearance. It looks good. It's a very good looking website. You see how when we stretch this here, it changes. What that's telling me is that for here, what was the container hole in this? You see, the problem is I could have done a whole container. I'm silly. And understanding containers now, you know what I'm gonna do here? I'll add another container here for this, just for this alone, just for this thing here. So let's put a container above here, and let's put this in that container. That'll give full control of how wide this thing can get, right? And do a little bit of shrinking. Let's see what happens. That looks better, right? So clean that look. Problem solved. Easy. As I work through it, I start seeing more and more how I can get things done. But this looks good. This looks good. We could work on our spacing a little bit better as well. See, spacings are a little bit off. You know, this section here needs to be fixed. Yeah, they have theirs. It's a little closer. So what did I say I was gonna do with this? We can bring this section up, and I'm just gonna cheat it. We're gonna go minus margins, right? But we don't want to do everything. We just want to do top. So it's gonna do this, gonna get that. But once I get one, I'm gonna go 100 margin, minus 100. You can go minus on the margins and padding as well. It'll work. So it looks like about 150 would work for this. So I'll go back there. So minus 150. It's hard to type in minus though. I don't think it takes it. But once you adjust it, it'll go in the minus. Okay, 150 still is a little too small. So say if I were to delete all of this and then put minus 200, it doesn't work. So you kind of have to bring it to the minus, bring it to 2 and then put 100 and it will work. Yeah, I think that looks somewhat good. Now this is too much over to this as well, so I need to adjust how close this is. So we can just do it from here, just to make it easier. Oh, no. I think this is what we can use. This thing is problematic, man. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? 45, right? And then for this, we could make it a little bit wider. Yeah. I think that looks even better. Make it a little bit more wide. Alright, I think that works. Where are we at? But it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like 25 or 20. Looks like about 30. So 1435. 1430 works. And I'm leaving it there. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Yeah, so we're gonna call it here. I think that looks good. You know, I was just trying to get this to be in line with that. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. I think that we've gotten up to a 4.3rd stream. And yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Thank you, Michael Bajo, for coming through. Appreciate you supporting this channel as well. You know, appreciate you. What else? Time flies, I know. Time is gone all the time. Hit me up in the comments. Anything you guys want to know, learn, see. After this is done, and maybe when I come back fresh, I'll just do everything. So it will be 1, 2, 3. This I'm definitely not doing this. This is ugly. This is ugly. 4. I don't know. We'll probably just do these 2 things. So this section here, everything down here. I could slip this in there for the reward. None of this. See, none of this up to here. So we're gonna jump from here, which we just did, to we're getting this, and these things. All right, cool. I think that's a plan. Anyways, thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Until next time. Catch up. Stay safe. Stay cool. Yeah, it hasn't been like it was like a couple weeks ago when it was like 90 degrees. I think that was last week actually. But stay safe, stay cool, take care of yourself until we meet again.